أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وأصحابه أجمعين. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I feel very honored today to speak with you on this topical issue towards a sane society. As you probably would recognize, the pursuit of a harmonious, balanced community for many years has been the aspiration of humanity. Throughout history, societies have grappled with various challenges, ranging from inequality to injustice, to insecurity, to moral decadence, and many other issues. By addressing these issues, we can create a society that is not only functional, but also compassionate, egalitarian, and sane. Defining a sane society can be subjective, and it can vary based on cultural, social, religious, or individual perspective. However, there are certain characteristics that are germane to a society that you can describe as sane or harmonious. Islam defines a sane society based on its principles, values, and teachings. And it has certain characteristics that Islam has put together to create a very sane society. The first is faith and worship. A sane society in Islam is one where individuals have a strong faith in Allah and engage in acts of worship such as prayer, fasting, and charity. Faith and worship are seen as essential for spiritual well-being of individuals and the society as a whole. Number two, moral and ethical values. Islam emphasizes the importance of moral and ethical values in society. Honesty, integrity, justice, compassion, and respect for others are considered fundamental principles that guide individual behavior and interactions within the community. Number three, justice, social justice and equality. Islam promotes social justice and equality among all members of society. It emphasizes the fair distribution of wealth, the eradication of poverty, and the elimination of discrimination based on race, gender, or social status. Number four, family and community. Islam places great importance on the institution of the family and the strength of community ties. A sane society in Islam is one that values and supports strong family structures, promotes mutual care and responsibility, and fosters a sense of unity and cooperation within the community. Number five, rule of law. A sane society in Islam operates under the rule of law, where laws are fair, just, and applies equally to all individuals. It ensures that legal systems are transparent, accountable, and protect the rights and freedom of all its citizens. Number 6, education and knowledge. Islam encourages the pursuit of knowledge and education as a means to develop the individuals and society. A sane society in Islam is one that values education and promotes critical thinking and seeks knowledge in various fields while upholding Islamic principles. Number 7, good governance and leadership. Islam emphasizes the importance of good governance and ethical leadership. A sane society in Islam is one where leaders are just, accountable, and work for the betterment of the community. They are expected to uphold Islamic principles and ensure the well-being of all members of society. Number 8, peace and security. Islam promotes peace and security within society. A safe society in Islam is one where individuals feel safe and secure, and conflicts are resolved through peaceful means. Islam encourages dialogue, reconciliation, and the avoidance of violence and aggression. And in a pluralistic society like Nigeria, a sane society must also include civic engagement. A society encourages active civic engagement and participation. It promotes democratic values, freedom of expression, and opportunities for individuals to contribute to decision-making process that affect their lives and the community's life. Number 10, health and well-being. Of course, the chairman has spoken about that. A sane society prioritizes the health and well-being of its members. It provides accessible healthcare services, promotes preventive measures, and addresses social determinants of health to ensure the overall well-being of its individuals. Mental and emotional well-being. Sane society prioritizes the mental and emotional well-being of its members. It promotes access to mental health services, reduces stigma around the mental health issues, and provides support system for individuals facing psychological challenges. It is important to note that the interpretation and practice of Islam may vary among different communities and individuals. However, these principles provide a general understanding of how Islam defines a sane society based on its teachings and its values. However, it's also important to note that achieving a completely sane society may be an idealistic goal, and society will always have challenges and areas for improvement. Nevertheless, by striving towards these characteristics, society can create an environment that promotes well-being, justice, and a sense of sanity for their members. Islam, as a comprehensive way of life, provides us with the blueprint for creating a society that is not only sane, but also harmonious and just. It emphasizes the importance of establishing a society that is built on the principles of justice, equality, and respect for all individuals, regardless of their race, religion, or social status. Islam places great emphasis on the concept of justice. The Quran states, "O you who have believed, be persistently standing firm in justice as witnesses to Allah, even if it be against yourselves or parents or relatives." That's Quran, Surah Al-Nisa, Quran chapter 4, verse 135. This verse highlights the importance of upholding justice even if it means going against our own interests or the interests of our loved ones. In a safe society, justice should prevail at all levels, from the individual to the societal level. Islamic teachings also emphasize the importance of compassion and mercy. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, said, Allah is merciful to those who show mercy to others. Show mercy to those on earth, and the one above the heavens will show mercy to you. This hadith teaches us that compassion and mercy are not only virtues, but also essential components of a sane society. A society that lacks compassion and mercy is bound to be plagued by conflict and suffering. In addition to justice and compassion, Islam also promotes the concept of individual accountability and personal responsibility for one's actions. The Quran states, it gets every good that it earns, and it suffers every ill that it earns. Surah Baqarah, Quran chapter 2, verse 286. This verse reminds us that we are responsible for our actions and that we will be held accountable for them in the hereafter. In a safe society, individuals should be held accountable for their actions, and there should be a system in place to ensure that justice is served. Moreover, Islam encourages the pursuit of knowledge and intellectual growth. The Quran states, read in the name of your Lord who created. Surah Al-Alan, Quran chapter 96, verse 1. This verse highlights the importance of seeking knowledge and understanding the world around us. In a sane society, education should be accessible to all individuals, regardless of their gender, social, or economic background. By promoting education, we can empower individuals to contribute positively to society and make informed decisions. By adhering to this principle of Islam, we can create a society that is free from discrimination, violence, and moral decay. It is our collective responsibility to work towards establishing such a society where every individual is treated with dignity and respect. What are the key elements that contribute to or hinder the creation of a sane society? 1, social media. In our society today, social media plays a significant role in shaping and influencing society, including its potential impact on the creation or hindrance of a sane society. I will not go through all of them because the organizers are asking me to cut down my time, as usual. 1, information sharing and awareness. Social media platforms provide a powerful tool for disseminating information and raising awareness about important social issues. It allows individuals to share news, stories, perspectives, enabling various people to understand the societal challenges. This increased awareness can contribute to the development of a sane society by promoting informed discussions and collective action. Number 2, amplifying voices. Social media platforms are giving a voice to individuals who are previously marginalized or unheard. Mobilizing movements. Social media has played a crucial role in mobilizing social and political movements. It has facilitated the organization of protests, NSAS 2, NSAS 1. It has facilitated the organization of protests, campaigns, and advocacy efforts, allowing individuals to come together and demand change. This collective mobilization can be instrumental in addressing societal issues and pushing for reforms that contribute to a more sane and just society. Fostering dialogue and understanding. Social media platforms provide spaces for dialogue and exchange of ideas. Accountability and transparency. Social media has the potential to hold individuals, organizations, and governments accountable for their actions. It allows for the rapid dissemination of information, exposing injustices, and promoting transparency. This increased accountability can contribute to a more sane society by discouraging corruption, promoting ethical behavior, and ensuring that those in power are held responsible for their actions. We must acknowledge, however, that social media also presents challenges and risks that can hinder the creation of a sane society. Issues such as misinformation, cyberbullying, and the spread of hate speech can undermine the positive potential of social media. It also increases the moral decadence in our society today. Technology and increasing fast trends in globalization have turned society upside down. The youth are the first hit in these changing trends. This is one of the biggest problems of our day. Nevertheless, scientists attribute growing psychological disorders such as aggressive behavior on teens due to excessive use of social media. Therefore, it is crucial for individuals, communities, and platforms to work together to address these challenges and promote responsible and ethical use of social media. Number 2, drug abuse and moral decadence. The issue of drug abuse and moral decadence, is undoubtedly significant challenge in shaping sane society. Drug abuse and addiction. Drug abuse and addiction have severe consequences on individuals and society as a whole. Substance abuse can lead to physical and mental health problems, strained relationships, and financial instability. We all know that the growing proliferation of alcoholic drinks and illegal drugs had led many young people down a losing path. The problem is getting worse in recent years, with kids in their primary and high school years becoming unsuspecting victims. The drugs of choice among today's youth includes a variety of new designer drugs that have been propping up: cocaine, heroin, LSD, skunk. I even had one yesterday. Is Milo. They mix Milo with, I forgot what they mix it with. I think it's marijuana, and they sell it at parties, young people parties. So we are in real trouble. Yeah, Colorado, loud. Erosion of moral values. Moral decadence refers to the decline in ethical standards and values within a society. It can manifest in various forms such as dishonesty, corruption, violence, and disregard for human life. Moral decay erodes the fabric of society, leading to a breakdown of trust, social cohesion, and a sense of responsibility towards others. Another important area of concern is indecency and immodesty in dressing, which have been incorporated into our society in the name of fashion. These are the corrupting tendencies, and the resultant outcome is corruption in all its facets. Getting rich quick, money rituals, extreme malpractices, use of magic centers, Yahoo Plus, and the likes. Political, religious leaders are not exempt. These drug and moral decades have impact on families, since I'm being urged to round. Number 3, parental role. The parental role is crucial in shaping a safe society. Parents have a significant influence on the development and upbringing of their children, and their actions and values greatly impact the values and behaviors of future generations. The parental role must include moral and ethical guidance, education and knowledge. Parents are responsible for providing their children with a well-rounded education. This includes not only formal education, but also teaching them about their cultural heritage, religious teachings, and the importance of critical thinking. Emotional and psychological support. Parents play a crucial role in providing emotional and psychological support for their children. By creating a nurturing and loving environment, parents help their children develop a strong sense of self-worth, resilience, and emotional intelligence. Setting boundaries and discipline. Parents have the responsibility to set appropriate boundaries and enforce discipline. By establishing clear expectations and consequences, parents teach their children about responsibility, accountability, and self-control. This helps children develop a sense of right and wrong, understanding the importance of rules, and contribute to a sane and orderly society. Role modeling. Parents are the primary role models for their children. Children observe and imitate their parents' behaviors, attitudes, and values. Therefore, it is essential for parents to model the behaviors and values they want to see in their children. Communication and open dialogue. Parents should foster open and honest communication with their children. By creating a safe space for dialogue, parents can address sensitive topics. Many parents are very shy to address such topics, answer questions, and guide their children's understanding of complex issues. We must always bear in mind that parents contribute to the development of responsible, compassionate, and well-rounded individuals who can positively impact society. It is through the collective effort of parents that can work towards building a safe society for future generations. How can we return to the path of morality and sanity? Returning to the path of morality and sanity in society requires collective effort and multifaceted approach. Here are some steps. I have about 10 steps. I will just mention the headings. Education and prevention. Education plays a crucial role in preventing drug abuse and addressing moral decay. 2. Rehabilitation and support. In a safe society, there should be accessible and effective rehabilitation programs for individuals struggling with drug and addiction. Number 3, community engagement and awareness. Creating a society requires the active involvement of communities. Community engagement programs can raise awareness about the dangers of drug abuse and moral decay, and promote preventive measures and provide support for effective individuals and families. Role modeling. We must encourage individuals in positions of influence, such as leaders, public figures and parents to be positive role models. Their actions and behaviors should align with moral values, integrity, and sanity, inspiring others to follow. Strengthening family structures. Support and strengthen family structures by providing resources, counseling services, and parenting programs. Promoting ethical leadership. Encourage and support ethical leadership in all sectors of society, including politics, business, and community organizations. Ethical leaders can set an example and create an environment that promotes morality, sanity, and accountability. Media responsibility. We must encourage responsible media practices that prioritize accurate and ethical reporting. Media outlets should avoid sensationalism, promote balanced perspectives, and highlight positive stories that inspire moral behavior and sanity. Encouraging dialogue and empathy. We must foster open dialogue and promote empathy among individuals with diverse backgrounds. Strengthening legal and justice systems. We must ensure that legal and justice systems are fair, transparent, and uphold moral values. This includes addressing corruption, promoting equal access to justice, and holding individuals accountable for their actions. And number 10, provide employment opportunities to youth. This lack of employment opportunities has led to increased poverty, increased crime, and a feeling of hopelessness in young people. To solve this problem, there needs to be an increased focus in creating jobs specifically tailored to young people. This can be done by working with businesses to create jobs that require fewer years of experience and to focus on skills that these young people can learn quickly. Personal responsibility. We must encourage individuals to take personal responsibility for their actions and their choices. The Quran states clearly, "And let there be among you community calling to virtue and advocating righteousness and deterring from evil. These are the successful." Surah Al-Imran, Quran chapter 3, verse 105. These virtues include kindness to people and animals, charity, forgiveness, honesty, patience, justice, respecting parents and elders, keeping promises, and controlling one's anger. In conclusion, I think I'm still within my time. In conclusion, every Muslim is the recipient, guardian, and executor of God's will on earth. His responsibilities are all-encompassing. A Muslim's duty to act in defense of what is right is as much part of his faith as his duty to oppose wrong. If the Prophet, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, once said, "If someone among you sees wrong, he must write it by his hand if he can, that is, by his deed, conduct, or action. If he cannot, then by his tongue. Speak up, verbally oppose. If he cannot, then by his gaze, silent expression of disapproval. And if he cannot, then in his heart. The last is the minimum expression of his conviction." We all know that the best way for evil to triumph is for good men and women to do nothing. Let us therefore recognize that each of us has a role to play in the moral rejuvenation of our society for it to return to the path of sanity. Let me end with this prayer from Surah Al-Kahf, Quran chapter 18, verse 10. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهب لنا من أمرنا رشدا. Our Lord, give us mercy from yourself and bless our affairs with guidance. Brothers and sisters in Islam, thank you for your attention. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Takbir! Allahu Akbar. That was the word.